never felt any warmth from her. She never kissed me, never hugged me. I don't ever remember going to her and putting my arms around her. You know, that was a big loss. I didn't know that mothers did that till one day I visited a friend of mine, his house. We're 12 years old, and I go home with him, and his mother, they were English, and I hear the mother's voice. Jackie, oh, Jackie, she says, darling, how are you? How have you been? Puts her arms around him, you know, and kisses him. Geez, I never heard that kind of language. Do you see? That even that tone of voice, new to me.
Hello everyone, I'm Lynn. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about the purpose of life. And really, I just want to know what your thoughts are on what our purpose is, outside of course, like the decisions we make and career decisions, paths that we take, mostly about upbringing and what family means. Throughout the video, I'm going to be talking a bit about my experience with family, but I don't know what the vibe will be. Maybe I'm just gonna, joke around. Maybe I'm just going to be deep. I might cry. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just that something happened in my family and I just cannot wrap my head around why I am deserving of the treatment that I get. So I do not know how it will be received, and I don't know, like, will it get me into trouble? Who knows? I don't really know, but it's just, I just want to talk about this because it's something that I need to get off my chest. Okay, before I start this video, I just want to say that for people who know me, I'm not going to be sugarcoating things. Like, I'm not going to be sugarcoating. I am not going to be lying about my situation just so that it can fit your narrative. I understand that some of you respect the people that I'm talking about. However, I think that sometimes you need to look beyond that. It's not about them sometimes, but sometimes you just need to listen to people's experiences without making it about you or the other person, or making them seem like they're the good person and whatnot. This is not about good and evil. This is about the fact that I am living in hell right now, and I don't know why I have to go through half the things that I'm going through when I do nothing for it to be warranted. I do not know the direction in which the video might go, so because of that, I just need to issue a trigger warning. Like, if you are going through troubles with your own family, or you're estranged from them, or you are traumatized, have been emotionally abused, because this is what essentially this is. I've never been physically abused. Never is a stretch, but like, not in a sense that like now I had to, go to social workers and so forth. It's never been really my story, but it's more of a story of isolation, being belittled, being betrayed, being disappointed over and over again, being insulted. So it's just this whole thing where I'm just like, I really cannot wrap my head around it. I really did nothing to deserve this. So I don't know. Am I using social media for outlets? I don't really know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, but I'm here and I don't know what to make of all of this. So yeah. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about this book, My Sister's Keeper. I am not going to go into detail about like the book, right? But I am going to read the back of the book, which provides as a blurb, meaning that it is sort of like the summary of what the book is about, or the story is about. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read a few parts of it so that you get an idea of what this is about, right? So here we go. Anna is not sick, but she might as well be. By age 13, She has undergone countless surgeries, transfusions, and shots that her older sister Kate can somehow fight the leukemia that has plagued her since childhood. Anna was conceived as a bone marrow match for Kate, a life and a role that she has never questioned until now. Like most teenagers, Anna is beginning to question who she truly is. But unlike most teenagers, she has always been defined in terms of her sister, and so Anna makes a decision that for most would be unthinkable. A decision that will tear her family apart and have perhaps fatal consequences for the sister she loves. So, as you can tell, it basically states that the whole purpose of Anna's existence um, was to serve as someone who would help her sister live, her older sister live, because she has leukemia. And I think that when you find out that this is what it's about, it makes you very upset. But it made me think a lot about our purpose when we are placed on this earth, or misplaced, because no one really knows what to do with us, or people just have kids to have kids, or people have kids so that they can serve a purpose that is unknown to the kid. And when the kid finds out that actually I am not my own person, it creates a lot of frustration, tug of war, and a lot of fights within the family, because now you're going to be seen as someone who tears the family apart. However, it's like, why would you then make someone's life hell just because you want them to fulfill whatever thing that you need to fulfill? And this is where I feel like there is like, parents do not get it, because at the end of the day you are going to be your own person. So this is where the misunderstandings start. And with this situation, it's like, this is not the first time. It happens all the freaking time. I need to be quiet, I need to be compliant, and when I don't, I'm punished for it. So it's more like, I don't know what else to do, but at the same time, now that I've grown into the person that I've grown into and I love myself, I am not going to take some of the things that are given to me just, because I have to. And it's very dangerous to speak up for yourself. People will turn against you. I'm used to it, but I think that what I do not appreciate is the fact that even afterwards, and even when I am isolated in these things, then people go around and say things like I am impolite and I'm evil and all those things. But what about all the in-betweens, like all the other times where I show up for people? So it makes me very angry. It makes me very uneasy also, because it's like, how you do all of these things and then just one situation where you're like, no, then it's like, oh my gosh, you're such an ungrateful child, you're so selfish, you this, you that, you're gonna send me to the grave, this and that. And it's like, no, I'm just standing up for myself. And the worst part about it is that people do not apologize. And then people also tell other people that you are so, like, you are so difficult, you are so unbearable, and yeah, you are not friendly with people. There is no way that I can be friendly if you make my life difficult, especially now in the season that I'm in. So it's very interesting to witness over and over again that, oh my gosh, like, I really feel like my parents hate me, but I don't even know the reason why. But whenever I am compliant and I do well and I actually make her proud in the optics, then it's like, oh, you're such a wonderful child, this and that. But as soon as I say no to something, I am discarded. But However, it's like I am very scared that my truth will not be told. I have that fear that, in as much as it is better to be quiet and let things happen on their own, I'm scared that my truth will not be told. Like if I were to die today and it would always be like, yeah, she was a troubled child or whatnot. I'm really not. It's just that I'm very vocal about things that I don't agree with, and because of that, I'm going to be severely punished each and every time. So, you know what? Like, I think about this all the time. Like, what is it that I am here for? Like, what was I conceived for? Like, what was my role here? Because now I kind of feel like there was a script written out for me, but I am not acting out the parts that were given to me or was supposed to be given to me, which I didn't get the script, you know. But at the same time, I don't think that I would follow it in any case. But um, it really, it's very, very uncomfortable, guys. It's very, very uncomfortable. However, I knew that this would happen, but not to this extent. It's just that it's so silly to me, and it's like if people only respected me, then this would not have transpired, but it did. And now it's like I I don't know, and I'm very worried about my future, and I'm very worried about being homeless. um I'm very, very worried because do I have regrets? I'm not regretting anything, but at the same time it's like I do need to realize that everything has its consequences. Me standing up for myself, I knew that it had consequences. However, I did it in any case. So, something to think about. So, Anna in this story goes and finds a lawyer to represent her against her family. And it's very interesting because you never ever think that you would ever go against family. You know how people are like, yeah, family is everything, da 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 da. And just like her, I found myself in a predicament where I asked myself that, like, why is it interchangeable? Because with me, whenever I need something, it's like I'm entitled. I don't know how hard people worked for to get this, so I cannot ask for them. I cannot ask anything from them. But when they ask from me, I need to remember that family is the cornerstone and it's everything. So like I'm struggling very much to understand what this is all about, or why I'm hated, or why I'm disregarded, why I am sidelined for the most part. I guess like I'm also trying to understand, right? Because like I am unproblematic, guys. I don't bother anyone. I'm literally always in my room trying to, trying out makeup, trying out clothes on Netflix. I don't cause problems for anyone. I don't have any, boy drama. I do not have any kid drama. I'm just trying to get by. And I'm just trying to understand why I am the problem. A lot of the times when I do not cause problems, the only time I am problematic, I would say, is when I come to people and I say, hey, this is the issue, you understand? But this is the thing though, you cannot expect me to be quiet when you do something wrong to me. It is completely wrong. I'm just supposed to sit there and be like, okay, it's not okay. It's not okay. And especially because some people do know that I don't have anyone in my corner. If you don't have your mom in your corner, you don't really have much in your corner. And they piggyback right on the fact that no one will do anything about any situation where they hurt me. This is what I don't like. I see what people are doing, and I have to always turn the other cheek or play the bigger person. I'm so sick and tired of it. I go out there, I face challenges. I come home, I have to face challenges at home too. That is so freaking unfair. It is very unfair. You know, you can't even get a freaking hug. Your mom is alive, is here, but you cannot even go to her and be like, this is what I'm going through right now, because she will make it worse. Is that fair? Is that okay? Is that normal? No, it's not. It's not.
Guys, have you ever just looked at your parents and thought to yourself, Yas Maranina, guys, you don't appreciate me? Lie at home here, I'm not appreciated. Other kids are putting their parents through the worst. Other kids are putting their parents through the worst. When you want to complain about little things, I do this, you complain. I don't do this, you complain. Other parents are living Isriazotela. Riazotela is not a fictional show. It's a real show. That thing, it's someone's reality. You are lucky I don't put you through such things. You.
Okay. I do not have a great relationship with my parents. I have a very, very difficult relationship with my mom. And this has been going on for years, since I was a teenager. And now I'm an adult, and it's not getting any better. Instead, it gets worse. And sometimes I just wonder, like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing here? Because it's not that I blame her for the fact that I'm not accomplished, but it's more of the fact that I feel like she doesn't want me to be, and I'm here for a purpose unbeknownst to me. Like, I do not know what I'm here for, but it seems like everyone else does, and it's like a hush-hush thing, which makes me feel like even more worse, because it's like, oh, there are secrets in the family, and I don't know essentially what I'm here for, but everyone else does, and it makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. So right now, at this very moment, I literally stood my ground on something. That's all I did. I stood up for myself. There was a situation that happened, and it directly affected me, and it meant that my time would be taken up. And all I'm thinking about is, oh my gosh, like, it's January, and I'm trying to get my life into, I'm trying to get my ducks in a row, and I'm also trying to get my life together. But here is this situation that comes, and it makes my life a bit more complicated and difficult, because of a decision that was taken, that I wasn't part of the decision. Like, I didn't know that this was happening. It wasn't told to me. However, it does directly affect me. So now I'm fighting for myself. I'm standing up for myself. I'm like, no, this is wrong. You did not come to me. And this means that my time will be affected. This means that my plans will be affected. So because of that, now everyone is like ganging up on me and saying that I'm the bad guy. And not really that also, because no one is talking to me. So this whole cycle starts again, where I'm just like, I don't know where I stand with everyone, but I very well know that I am seen as the bad guy. So you cannot talk to anyone, and you cannot do anything about it, because essentially you are the bad person who doesn't want to help out family. The last thing that I want to talk about is the difficulty in letting go of people, because people seem to think that it is fashionable to sort of set boundaries with your family, to go no contact. It is extremely hard, especially as you grow, as you age. You will need your people. You're starting to make real life decisions. You are going to get sick. Anything might happen. You might get attacked. Within like your romantic relationships, you will need family. So for you to leave family at a stage where you need them for very, very important things. It is not an easy decision, and I need people to let go of this toxic positivity. I saw this video of Alfie. I love Alfie so much, where he was talking about work things out with your family. I know family who poisons each other.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but please be patient with your family. Please be patient with your family. If family nisakwazi ukuhlangana nixoxe kube mnandi kubrawe inyama or kuphekwe ukudla in protect that. Yes, there will be disagreements, there will be arguments. Family siyalamana. Lona uyabhora in protect that as best as you can. Kuwona ama-family la ngaphandle bathelelana ama-poison ekudleni, bayagwazana, bayadubulana, bashiselana izindlu, omunye abulale omunye for ipolice in ama-family la ngaphandle are chaotic.
But in as much as that is true, it is very difficult to be in a system where people bring you down, people do not speak words of encouragement. I mean, every time I get into a little argument with my mom, she always reminds me that I am useless. I want to be like my siblings. I am jealous of them. I could never be them. This is life. Things will be worse for me. I will amount to nothing. No one will marry me. I'll end up being a side chick to a married man. Like all these things that accumulate, they are very damaging. And it is very hard to have a parent that is alive and you cannot go to for anything, because the first thing that they do is attack you, insult you, belittle you, make sure that you are put in your place because you are not special. It is very difficult to grow a relationship like that, or to come back and say this is how we can mend things. You cannot mend things with someone who is not willing to, someone who brings you down. And then in turn, when you look around, you cannot go to anyone for anything. It is incredibly difficult. So 3 things that I want to point out, which are very important. The first being that people always are quick to say that, have a conversation with the person. Guys, the conversations are had. We talk to these people. We try to get answers. We try to reconcile. However, if you are met with an argument and things get chaotic every time that you stand up for yourself, there's nothing that you can do. The second thing being that you also want togetherness. You want to be a part of the family. However, the only time that it is given to you or you feel a warm welcome is if you comply and you accept whatever form of abuse that comes your way. And if you do not stand up for yourself, because every time you do, the consequences are dire. The third thing that I want to point out is that when I say that there is no one to go to in the family, I mean just that. Because what happens typically in this situation of mine, let me just point out my situation. So I would have an argument with my parents, and then the parent, instead of owning up to what they're doing, taking accountability, they are quick to go to someone else in the family and tell them how unruly I am and I'm disrespectful and all these things. And then they like to point out things that I'm very bad at, whereas I help very much in the family. But it is much more better to paint the narrative that I'm the bad person. So in turn, it ruins my entire image and I cannot go to anyone for help. So it keeps me in isolation and in a state of having to please the parents at all times, because anytime that I step out of line, there will be consequences to pay, which in this case is that no one wants to come to my rescue or speak up for me. I do understand that people believe in oneness and yes, you should look out for your family, but what do you do truly when they don't look out for you? And I can sort of take the toxicity of other people outside because it is kind of expected. But when you have no one to go to in this thing that they say is safe and it is essential and they will motivate you, guys, it is very, very, very difficult. And as a person like me, growing to be the woman that I am right now. Like the woman that I am right now, I'm very confident and self-assured. I do not talk to myself the way that my parent talks to me. And I speak so much positive words to myself. I am very kind to myself. I love myself. I admire myself. I think that I am intelligent. I'm like beautiful. I'm funny. And to have someone else tell you different, it really shifts your perspective on things. And I talk to myself as if I'm talking to the younger me that needed that parent. So when that parent is actually like a living being that is still trying to get you down, it is extremely hard to accept that. And then to say, this is the person that loves you. I don't know about that. Anyone who would talk to me that way, I would discard immediately without any context. So for me, I struggle to understand why I need to take that. Whereas everyone else, if they were to do that to me, it would be immediate discard with no explanation, you understand? So then I also don't understand why I deserve it. Like, what did I do so bad for me to deserve a parent that is not present for me emotionally? And I would be lying to say that financially they're not here for me or provide like money for toiletries, a roof over my head. Yes, the lights are on, the Wi-Fi is on, which is why I am able to post this video, right? But at the same time, I am not loved at home. Like, I am not loved. It's so cold. It is so unsafe. I don't know what is gonna happen next. I don't know who's gonna say what. I don't know what rumors are spread about me. It is just horrible to go day by day not understanding what it is that you did to deserve the shit that you go through. So I'm very sorry for being emotional, but yeah. So essentially, I don't understand the purpose of life in that regard. Like, when you are hated by everyone and you are just trying to get by, what does it mean? So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. I know that this one was a bit emotional, and like, it is what it is. Whatever happens will happen. But thank you so much for watching right to the end. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I will see you on the next one. Peace.